I am never getting married.
Never.
Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
I love it here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, talk to State Farm agent David Smith in Clymer or Bill Thompson in Indiana.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Carly Krouse of the Indiana Gazette, and welcome to our weekly high school football preview show. We're coming to you this week from Thomas J. Medill Field in Armagh, home of the United Lions. A lot has happened in the first 2 weeks of the season, but there's still a long way to go. Some area teams started off on the right foot this season, while others will try to get on track in week 3. After getting beat up on in the opener, Indiana came out strong last week against Hampton. But the Indians faltered late in the game and allowed the Talbots to come from behind for a 32-27 win. This week, Indiana looks to bounce back at Armstrong in a WPIAL Greater Allegheny Conference game. The Riverhawks joined the conference this season after Katanning and Ford City merged to form Armstrong High School and a AAA football team. The Riverhawks are 1-1 and lost a close one to Mars last week. The Indians need to leave the past behind because they will have their hands full with the WPIAL's fourth leading rusher, Armstrong's Zane Dudek. He has rushed for 309 yards so far. Also in the WPIAL, Apollo Ridge is aiming to rebound in the Allegheny Conference following a heartbreaking overtime loss to Highlands. The Vikings take on Freeport, which has outscored Shadyside Academy and Summit Academy 76-7. The status of Dwayne Brown, the Vikings' all-purpose threat, remains in question after he left Friday's game with a concussion. West Shamokin gets a shot at Highlands and looks to get an early jump on the Rams, who've struggled in the first half of each of their first 2 games, but have come on strong in the second halves. The Wolves are coming off their first win, a 14-0 shutout of South Park. The schedule didn't do the Derry Trojans any favors early in the season. The Trojans are coming off blowout losses to Washington and Mount Pleasant. This week, they finally get a break and face Charleroi, which has allowed 81 points in its 2 losses. In the Heritage Conference, Blairsville travels to Purchase Line in a matchup of 1-1 teams trying to improve themselves. The Bobcats took advantage of Marion Center's early mistakes last week in a 28-19 win. But in the second quarter, Blairsville lost running back Noah Sleesman to an arm injury and he did not return. His status is uncertain for Friday's game. Purchase Line, on the other hand, is coming off a 44-0 loss to Ligonier Valley. The Red Dragons handed a blowout loss in Week 1 before being blown out in Week 2. They will look to pick up their second win against the young Blairsville team. Marion Center also hopes to pick up its second win. The Stingers clashed with Salzburg, which lost 20-13 to Homer Center last week. Marion Center is one of 5 1-1 teams in the conference hoping to make a move in the standings. Salzburg is looking for its first win of the season. River Schindeldecker rushed for 114 yards last week against the Wildcats. Homer Center visits Northern Cambria in hopes of picking up a second straight win. The Wildcats tried to mix some things up last week, but might not be able to throw off an experienced Northern Cambria team. The Colts are 0-2 after being dominated by Penns Manor and need to get back to the basics against a tough Homer Center front. Unbeaten Ligonier Valley plays at United this week. The Rams made it look easy against Purchase Line and look to do the same against the Lions. United picked up its first win last week and want to keep the momentum going. The Lions' Brent Mack rushed for 201 yards on 41 carries, but he'll have a tough time against the fast and physical Rams. Elsewhere, Punxsutawney looks to claim the Route 36 trophy in its showdown with Brookville. The Chucks are coming off a mistake-filled loss to Keystone, and Brookville beat Union 13-6 for its first win under Coach Scott Park. Be sure to pick up Saturday's paper for full coverage from Friday night and check out live scoring updates on Friday at IndianaGazette.com. You can also send a message to your favorite player or team on the Fan Zone on Endzone Extra at IndianaGazette.com. We hope to see you next week for another edition of our preview show.